morning. I think, yeah, there is a presentation. So this will be a little different. You've heard about policies and agreements. This is a guy that actually does business in Ukraine. So what I want to do this morning is introduce you to Fairfax, introduce you to our insurance company in Ukraine, and why we actually want to do business in Ukraine. So you have in front of you a French-Canadian boy from Montreal being chairman of an insurance company in Ukraine. So if there were any doubts, I think this will help. So who is Fairfax? So we are an insurance and reinsurance company. So this is our business. We're Toronto-based. We are Canadians. And we started in 1985. And you can see our market cap. You can see investment portfolio of over $28 billion. We're worldwide. And I'll show you a little bit about our track record. And we are still, our CEO, our founder, is still a controlling shareholder, Mr. Prem Watsa. So this is, again, Canadian company and slowly expanding around the world, and I'm here to talk about it. As I mentioned, our business is insurance, mostly non-life. So for businesses here from Ukraine, would be happy to entertain some of your insurance needs over time. And our objective is obviously to grow our company. We have a target of 15%. And, so how do we make money at Fairfax? We have two components. We obviously have the insurance. So for every dollar of premium we get, we obviously or hopefully have to pay less in claims and expenses. But more importantly, while we get your premium, you might have claims, you might not have claims, but if you do, it might take a while to settle. So what do we have? We have this money to invest, which we call the float. I think a lot of you are probably very familiar with Warren Buffett. We actually call Warren Buffett the Prem Watsa of the South, but it's the same principle. So we do try to make money on the insurance, but more importantly, we have a huge investment portfolio. I mentioned $28 billion that we invest around the world. So we've invested as well in different industries in Ukraine. Again, this investment philosophy is very important to us. I will give you some of the highlights of why we like investing in Ukraine. This dual focus has been very powerful for us, and you can see our track record over our 30 years. So we've compounded at about 21%. I always tell people I wish I was one of the shareholders when it started, but I wasn't. But still, we've been a very successful company. This is the past. Obviously, we're looking at the next 30 years, and we've started to look at other countries, and obviously Ukraine, as I mentioned, is one of them. Some of you might, although the name's been changed, so we have our second part is our insurance company in Ukraine, Colonnade. Was established in 1998. Was the first international player on the Ukrainian market. It was actually set up by an Australian company. Most of our business, and I think it will be of interest here, is related to businesses. So we deal with individuals, but most of our business is, our insurance business is with other businesses. It's been a very successful company, small, but very successful over the years. And so officially, after a few months of negotiation and getting all the proper approvals, on November 1st, 2015, we acquired officially and rebranded under the name Colonnade. Like I say, we've got a number of independent directors. I've been traveling on a regular basis to visit our folks there and also attend board meetings. That's also part of our strategy, and we think our Ukraine company can play a big role in expanding in Central and Eastern Europe. For example, we're already also we have a Hungarian, Czech, and a Slovakian branches. More specifically, and I'm not going to go through all the detail, but we have a fair amount of capacity for business insurance. We do property, we do automobile. One area that I've obviously heard a lot this morning, agricultural, and this is one area where as a group we have a fair amount of experience, and we're working with our team in Kiev to bring insurance product to the market. So that's one of the advantages, I guess, now of that company is they have access to worldwide products, and certainly agriculture has been one area that's been identified by our team on the ground as some needs. So we're working on that. Be happy to obviously get any comments from any of you. Finally, and some of it might be a little outdated because I can see that the pace of change is extremely rapid. Again, this is not coming from bureaucrats or politicians, but our business people. Why? And people have asked us, including people from our board here, why do we want to do this? And we've had quite a number of meetings with government officials, but certainly strong commitment to structural changes, very diverse economy. You've heard this morning being leaders in a number of industries. There's strong desire, I think you will feel that, and I'm talking really to my Canadian counterparts for Western relationships. There's quite a process in terms of privatization. And then last but not least, at the bottom, again, a very simple way. If you look at Ukraine, 46 million with a GDP of about $2,000 versus, Canada at 35 million at 38,000. As business people, when we hear and see what our meetings with government and what we see happening in the country, this in itself has huge potential, and we're certainly trying to take advantage of it. Another thing in terms of transparency, and we give the example of Georgia that went from 98 to 8 in terms of ease of doing business. And I can tell you Ukraine has improved significantly. These are the latest statistics we had. So I just wanted, again, for us, it is very important. So changes are happening. We, as a Canadian company, carefully are committed and are very excited about our business in Ukraine and are really working hard to grow it as we speak. Thank you very much.